Do you know what melanoma is?
What is melanoma?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, I have no idea what that is.
Okay. Do you know what a melanoma is?
No. No.
Melanoma?
Yes.
I have no idea.
No. No.
What do you think it is?
A medicine?
No, a melanoma is not a medicine. And no, it's not a fruit. It's not the name of a dance or a song, nor is it a town in Mexico. Melanoma is a cancer, skin cancer, and if it's not caught early enough and treated, it can kill you. This is what melanoma looks like.
Ooh, that does not look too good.
Oh, I don't want to see that.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's nice. Oh my gosh. That looks terrible.
Skin cancer is the most common form of cancer, beating out cancers of the breast, colon, lung, and prostate. Most skin cancers don't spread and are easily removed. Melanoma, the deadliest skin cancer, is often caused by unprotected and prolonged exposure to ultraviolet light.
And if you start to think of the sun as a giant radioactive ball in the sky that every moment is pulsing ultraviolet rays and radioactive material, you'll start to realize it's something to be respected.
Melanoma usually begins as a mole, but it's what's underneath, the part you can't see, that is deadly. When cancer cells spread deep into the skin, they can travel through the body by way of the lymphatic system and blood vessels. And once melanoma enters those pipelines,
And get into the lung, or the liver, or the bone, and the brain, and that's what's particularly worrisome about melanoma.
most UV rays come from our sun. But we love the sun. It makes things grow. It feels good on our skin. We just can't seem to get enough sun. Sometimes, though, we get a little too much of it.
Have you ever gotten a sunburn?
Yes.
Have you ever had a sunburn?
Yes. Yes. At the beach once.
Yes.
I had sunburn before.
Yeah, I have.
Sure, we've all had a couple of sunburns. The problem is, if you've had more than 5 sunburns, your chances of getting melanoma double. If you're outside a lot, you should be using a sunscreen with at least an SPF of 30 or higher. Sunscreens can reduce squamous cell carcinoma, another kind of skin cancer, by 40%, and melanomas by 50%. Use it, even if you're only out in the sun for a short time. And reapply sunscreen often if you're going to be exposed for longer periods. Also be sure to wear a hat, sunglasses, and protective clothing.
My dad, that is a surgical oncologist, has taught me to be more cautious of being in the sun for long hours. He's always made sure that we had lots of sunscreen on, and we had to wear hats and sunglasses.
And don't think summertime is the only sunburning season. If you ski or spend time in the outdoors during the winter months, the sun has the same effect. So cover up. Body image. Celebrities always look great, don't they? They set the standard. Bronze is beautiful. Pale skin doesn't stand a chance. But getting that perfect tan is risky. Some of those celebrities aren't immune to skin cancer. Still, we want to look great. Tanning beds. They're everywhere. It's a fast, easy way to get that perfect skin tone, especially when it's winter and the beach isn't an option. But here's the thing. They're very, very dangerous. Tanning beds deliver UV light in concentrated bursts at higher levels than the sun, and much more quickly. People who use a tanning bed before age 35 increase their risk of developing melanoma by 75%. You should ask yourself, is a nice tan really worth the risk? So, to tan or not to tan? If you're just not comfortable embracing your natural skin shade, how do you get bronzed up?
Get a spray can by all means, but don't get into a tanning bed. It's very painful for me to see a 22-year-old beautiful woman show up in my office and I'm going to have to do an operation that's going to give her a 3 to 4 to 5 inch scar that she'll never be rid of.
So I was diagnosed when I was 11 with melanoma, and that was a foreign word to me at first. But then right after I was diagnosed, I had my surgery a couple weeks after that. Went right into surgery and they took the tumor out, and then I got a skin graft and it spread to my lymph nodes, so I had to get those taken out. And then I got a PICC line and did interferon, which is a type of chemotherapy, for about a year and got injections and shots in that.
Okay, some of you don't need to worry about tanning. You were born dark and beautiful. But that doesn't mean you're immune to melanoma. African Americans, Filipinos, Latinos, Asians, Indonesians, and Native Hawaiians, you can get skin cancer too. Legendary reggae artist Bob Marley died of a melanoma that started on his toe.
How old do you think you have to be to get skin cancer?
Not very old, like 9, 10.
In your 20s, I guess?
I think you can get it like any age.
Any age?
Anyone, any age can get skin cancer. But here's a startling statistic for you younger folks. Melanoma is the second most common form of cancer in young people, aged 15 to 29 years. Here's another stat. 1 American dies of melanoma every 57 minutes.
One of my teachers at my school, she passed away a month ago, and she was my art teacher, and she had skin cancer.
Cancer isn't pretty. No cancer is. But you can see skin cancer as plain as the nose on your face. And when melanoma travels below the skin, that's where it gets really ugly.
So we want to look at spots on your skin that look funny. In other words, they're asymmetric. Does one side look different than the other? B, does the border, is it nice and round like a circle? Or is it funny looking like the map of Australia, for example? C is color. If it's a single brown color, that's less worrisome than if it's multiple colors. Dark blues, reds, whites, browns, and sometimes even black. D is diameter. Is it bigger than the size of a pencil eraser? E, evolution. Is it changing? So if you've had a mole and all of a sudden it starts to change, that needs to be investigated and looked at by somebody who really knows what they're looking at.
The sun is our friend, but a friend with a dangerous side. Skin cancer is the enemy. Protect yourself. Stay out of the sun during peak times. Cover exposed skin with UV-resistant clothing and use sunscreen, even on cloudy days or in the winter. Do not use tanning beds, period. And very importantly, be aware of changes in your skin. Check yourself often for moles or anything suspicious. Be sure to report any changing skin lesions to your healthcare professional. You were born with one suit, your birthday suit. It's the only one you'll ever have. So take care of it.
You know, I'm not asking you to be a vampire mushroom farmer. What I am suggesting is that you be very thoughtful when your time out in the sun.
What are you gonna do from now on to protect your skin?
Put on sunscreen.
Wear sunscreen.
I would probably wear more sunscreen or wear more protective gear from the sun to prevent sunburn or any other causes or things that could contribute to melanoma.
Wear more sunscreen and hats, and like try to stay in the shade.
At least put on some sunscreen if it's sunny but still cold outside.
Yeah.
Stay in the shade a little, put sunscreen on, and a hat to cover your face.
After you get out of the water or you're done swimming, you're about to go in, dry off, and put on sunscreen.
And don't go to tanning bed.
What will you do to keep from getting melanoma?